people. This is Bobs and the Burbs, a podcast for table talks with Black-owned business leaders who are shaking things up in suburban communities and using social media to help them do it. I am Ashley L. James, the founder of ALJ Digital LLC and your host for today. On this episode, I'll be chatting with Barron Russell, owner of Boro Office Solutions in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And he will tell us how he uses Instagram and more to create community. I'm Barron. How are you today?
Hey, how you doing, Ashley? I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I cannot complain at all. So let's just jump right in today. So welcome to Bobs and the Birds. Thank you for being on the podcast. Really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
So let's kick it off with your story. Tell us more about your business and how you decided to start Boro Office Solutions.
Yeah, so I'm Barron Russell, and I'm the owner of Boro Office Solutions. We are located right here on the square in Murfreesboro, 121 South Church Street. My journey kind of began in the Turo business. So back in 2021, everybody was jumping into Turo, renting out cars and stuff. So what I did is I actually joined a mentorship, and one of the ideas was to have everything paid for itself. So I opened up an office in Nashville for the sole purpose of using their big old parking space to park all my cars. I had about 10 or 11 vehicles at the time.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so I try and figure out, I say, hey, how can I make this office pay for itself so I can have free parking? So I came up with the virtual mailing addresses and having people pay me a subscription. So I eventually took about 3 months and it started to pay for itself. I eventually made some money. And then fast forward up until now, a lot of things changed in the industry, and I had the opportunity to move back to Murfreesboro and acquire this space on the square. So I did it.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, that's coveted space right there on the square. So how did you decide to move there and kind of what has come from being in such
Yeah.
a prime location?
Yeah, so my buddy Tyler Lutz, he's had this space for the last few years. And I told him, I said, man, if you ever move, let me know because the rent is super cheap. And I'm like, dude, I can really use this and turn it into something. So the opportunity came last year in about around August. He's like, look, I'm moving out. I'll give you first choice to it. And I said,
Connections working.
yeah. And another cool thing about why I picked this spot, this location, is, as you know, in Murfreesboro, they're developing the surrounding areas into like the Gulch thing, like in Nashville. So I said, man, if I can get in, I don't care what we have to do. I just need to get in, and it's going to make itself work.
Yeah. Well, you are well on your way. So you in there. So tell us more about the services you offer.
Yeah, so my main service offering a co-working space along with a virtual mailing address. And the purpose of the virtual mailing address is to allow business owners to put our address on their LLC paperwork to provide more security and not be so open to the public. Because whenever you add stuff to your LLC and stuff, it becomes public record. Privacy, that's the word I'm looking for. It allows more privacy. So that's our main service.
Okay. And how do you make your business stand out?
So what we do is there's a bunch of co-working spaces that's been popping up in the last few years. It's become very well-known thing to do, very lucrative. Based off, what happened to COVID, people were staying home. So now people are coming out more. So what I figured was the difference between my co-working space and others is that we're way, way more personal, right? So you go to a bigger office and you're greeted with, a very nice person in the front desk that just hands out mail, right? But with us, when you get an address, you are greeted with people who are actually doing business, like yourself. You have people in different industries who are willing to help. We provide a lot of one-on-one coaching, and pretty much I like to say we're a firm in your back pocket. So
Yes, I love
that's
that.
what sets us apart.
You talked about the coaching. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. So another service we provide is business consulting,
Mm-hmm.
and we help startup businesses pretty much start, scale, and grow their business. We answer all questions regarding how to do that, and we provide pretty much the environment to do that. So if you're constantly around like-minded individuals, it just does something for your spirit, for your emotions,
Yeah.
everything that comes with being an entrepreneur.
Having that community was so powerful.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What type of impact has your business had on the Murfreesboro community?
The type of impact we've had is Murfreesboro. People always compare Murfreesboro to Nashville, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we're not Nashville, but we have a thriving economy here in Murfreesboro, with MTSU's campus, with
Yeah.
all of the cool things that are happening, like markets and stuff. So I don't believe there's been a, I guess, a network or experience for predominantly Black entrepreneurs, minority entrepreneurs. So my
Mm-hmm.
goal was to make an impact there first and let a lot of diverse business owners know that there is a space now that you can come and share ideas and growth and network and network with one another.
Oh, yes. Going back to that community piece. Love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then tell us if there's been any like interesting challenges you've had being in Murfreesboro. What's that been like?
Yeah, just the challenges with opening a brick and mortar building itself is very hard. Like you acquire all these extra responsibilities, maintenance, AC is not working sometimes, or the light structures, or a door might be broken. You have to repair it. It's like all these
Mhm.
things are very, very challenging. This is actually my first set aside brick and mortar building that I'm totally responsible
Oh,
for. Yeah, so it's been a challenge. Staffing has been the biggest issue, of course, but we are making it work. I have some awesome people on the team that's making Boro Office Solutions just really thrive.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, so I would say, four sets of people, and one of those sets is a husband and wife team. I would
Mm.
say, yeah. So internally, we offer uh, social media management, and that sector is ran by Ray Hardy and his wife, Danita. So they handle all of professional headshots. That's one of the things we offer is professional headshots for free when you become a member. So they do free headshots. You can run Google ads for you. You can manage that. You can run your social media content on all different platforms. And then we have Pete Paldo, who handles a lot of business credit, personal credit. He has a lot of different products and stuff. So he works with that service, product and service primarily, and because you have to have good credit to really do anything. You have to understand credit as well.
Absolutely. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's the key to everything.
Oh yeah. And last but not least, we have Darius Montgomery and his wife, Star Montgomery. They are insurance professionals. They help with asset protection. They help with policy reviews and stuff, and making sure businesses and people, individuals are set up properly to ensure that they leave a legacy uh,
Mm.
for their family and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's so important. I feel like that's part of the reason why we start businesses. We want to have a legacy that we're leaving for those that are coming up behind us. And so that's so important. And it looks like there's a lot of different services that you offer. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for business owners, really.
Absolutely, absolutely, it is. It's firm in your back pocket, pretty much.
Yeah, love that. So what type of community initiatives or programs are you involved with Boro Office Solutions?
Currently, we are putting together a financial literacy, I guess, course and theme. I think financial literacy is very important to
Mhm.
understand just for personal, primarily for personal reasons and for business reasons.
Right.
We have development in teaching people how to use social media for their business. So we're teaching people how to make a reel. We can teach you how to make a story, the purpose of making reels and stories, what social media platforms to use for their business, how to grow on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We have a cool workshop coming up for LinkedIn. So those are pretty much the main initiatives we're trying to push. Also, insurance, teaching people what life insurance is, how can how it can impact your life and set you up for the future.
Yeah, these programs are really cool, especially that LinkedIn one.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about how people can sign up and learn more about those programs?
Yeah. So you can go on our Instagram page, Boro Office Solutions, to sign up uh, in the link in the bio. We're gonna limit it to maybe 12 to 15 spots. So want to sign up early as possible. Um, you can also go to our website, burgerofficeSolutions.com. And if you have any questions concerning any of those topics that I mentioned, you can just submit a contact uh, form and we'll reach out to you. Yeah, so my goal is to have them every week, every Saturday. But starting off, we might just do every other weekend just to, just get some fillers out. Um,
Mhm.
we're going to focus on just financial literacy and personal development in the professional as well, because a lot of entrepreneurs are, uh, they have a 9 to 5 job, and we want to teach them how to kind of leverage that and how to transition over to entrepreneurship. So again, they can also come in person if they want to. We're open between 10 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. You can schedule an appointment. Just walk in, speak with anybody.
Okay, very cool. And just getting a little bit more into what you do to promote your own business, how do you do that? You talked about some of the social media platforms that you help other business owners focus in on. Is that something that you use as well?
Yes, I definitely use social media more so now because I have a better understanding. When I first started using social media, using some type of social media, I guess, marketing tool, I struggled a lot. I wasted a lot of money trying to learn and hiring the wrong people. So my goal was to master it and pretty much coach and consult with people and say, hey, don't do this, do that, so you don't
Hmm.
waste thousands and thousands of dollars like I did. But, but yeah, my main source of social media is mostly Instagram and Facebook. I really like those platforms.
Okay, why
Yeah.
those?
Because it's just easier for me. My next move is LinkedIn because I've heard and I've seen the results of using LinkedIn.
Hmm.
You are connecting to more business people. So you're dealing with business to business type of connections. And you know that a business to business connection typically yields more seriousness and it typically leads to, good end results.
Absolutely. Okay. But on Instagram, what kinds of things do you like about that platform and how has it allowed you to connect with your community?
Yeah, so on Instagram, I'm actually a dog trainer as well. So I have a dog training business. So I have a couple of our videos on Instagram that hit about 1.2 million views. So I've learned that Instagram, you can monetize on a lot of different social media platforms, but Instagram for me has worked based off the type of content I put out. So I do a lot of
Mhm.
short reels, short videos and stuff that generate a lot of clicks and likes.
All right. So what is your favorite? What's in your toolkit when it comes to creating for Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn? So what types of tools do you like to use?
Types of tool I like to use. I love Metrical. It's like if you're not using Metrical, you're missing out. Metrical is a tool that allows you to schedule out all of your content for like months and months ahead of time. And it allows you to do it simultaneously on multiple different platforms. So if I have an Instagram account, Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, I can schedule the same posts on all platforms all at one time. And it can take me, 2 minutes or less to do so. So it is a game changer if you're wanting to, because that's the biggest struggle. People like, I don't want to put content on, I gotta do this and that. But if you can sit down
Yeah,
for 1 hour and schedule out a month's worth of content, that is a game changer. So
absolutely. So the scheduling has helped you with staying consistent and kind of keeping track of all of your different content.
yeah, staying consistent, staying visible on
Mhm.
all platforms as well. Because when you're dealing with social media, you kind of have multiple personalities. So maybe I'm this way on LinkedIn, and then on Instagram I'm this way. So the people who I'm trying to attract on one platform, they may never see this other personality on this other platform. So it allows
Yeah.
me to separate and appear to be multiple different people, multiple different audiences.
Nice. Yeah. I like that perspective because it's true. I mean, there's a different audience for each. So I
Yeah,
like that you're thinking that way and figuring out how to connect on each platform separately.
yeah.
So very cool. Now, when we talk about your journey and kind of the hurdles that you've had to go through, is there any advice that you want to give the next generation of Black business owners?
Absolutely. The biggest struggle with a lot of entrepreneurs is typically their backgrounds, right? So, especially in our community, we come from not so great starts. We come with a lot of myths surrounding financial literacy. We may not have access to the type of information that will help us. So, my advice is to go a different path. So, I went the college route to MTSU, and I majored in animal science and modern entrepreneurship because I knew that whatever I did, having that understanding of entrepreneurship and business is going to help me with anything.
Mm,
So, but it's very hard to learn entrepreneurship, even with a degree of learning college and stuff. So, the best route for educating someone who wants to be an entrepreneur is through peer-to-peer learning and peer-to-peer experience. So, in other words, get a mentor. Hire a mentor,
mhm,
hire a coach that's actively doing the business that you want to do. Work with them for 2 years or so, learn, fail, grow, and succeed. Uh, I look for a mentor who has failed a lot, more than won a lot, because failures, definitely turn into success. So if there's a mentor out there that said, I've never failed, then I kind of stay away from it. So, but yeah, get a coach and a mentor.
absolutely. Because if you haven't failed, you haven't been through anything. So what do you know? Okay. And so the biggest advice you would say, biggest takeaway is to make sure you have a mentor as you're
Yes.
going through your business journey. Okay. And then where do you go to find a mentor? Like, how would you find one?
Um, so I spend a lot of money going to workshops and conferences. Like every year,
Mhm.
I'm making my goal to do at least 2 to 4 workshops or one every quarter. And sometimes you just have to travel. Find the industry that you're interested in and see where they're talking about that at. Like go there. Like go to those workshops that may be in the city or whatever that you're looking for. uh yeah, travel, meet people, and not just go to conferences just to listen. Go with intention to make the connection, right? Every time you go to a workshop or a conference, leave out with at least 5 contacts. And once you leave out with those 5 contacts, make sure you contact them. Make sure you do a follow-up within 24 hours. Send them an
Mm.
email, say, hey, it was nice meeting you. Let's schedule a coffee date or something, a lunch and learn something to reconnect and keep that.
Okay. Is 24 hours like the magical amount of time? Could it be 48? Like, does it have to be 24? And if so,
Uh,
why?
there's a science behind this. I'm not sure what it is, but Just memory. I know
Mhm.
once I leave somewhere and I have 1,000 things rushing in, I'm probably going to forget our conversation. So I try to make a note and immediately contact someone as quick as possible. So if it's on a Friday, I definitely want to uh, contact that person the day of because they're
Mhm.
gonna go on the weekend, they're gonna relax, they're gonna forget about stuff, put you off until Monday. So if you meet someone on Monday, you might can contact them for 48 hours or something. But my general rule is 24.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I want to get on it, stay on it. I feel it. So you've had a business in both Nashville and Murfreesboro. What's kind of the differences between having a business in the city versus in the burbs?
Oh man, people are really moving in Nashville. Nashville has a lot going on. You have more, I would say, opportunities, a bigger population of business owners and
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, in my opinion. Um, that's
Oh,
that's really the big difference. But there's a lot more functions and events happening for sure.
yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah,
So it's just like a bit more going on in the city versus going on in Murfreesboro. So then does that cause an issue with trying to keep the momentum going?
it does. It has a small impact on that. For whatever reason, Nashville folks think Murfreesboro is like miles and miles and centuries away for some reason. So you say, "Hey, we're having an event in Murfreesboro, like I don't want to drive 45 minutes." Go like, wow. So I would say that's
Yeah,
the biggest thing. So, but all that is going to change. So we continue to work together. That's going to change.
absolutely. Love that. All right. So moving a little bit more into the fun stuff outside of business, what's something you've read, watched, or listened to that has piqued your interest lately?
So I'm a big podcast person. Like I love listening to podcasts and stuff. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts centered around healthcare, right? So
Mm-hmm.
getting into that business, and we have the baby boomers who are heading to retirement. So I've just, been looking at, what's the next big thing? Like, what's the thing to invest into next? So a lot of people are doing adult daycare centers, providing home health care services, just all that stuff people are trying to do. I'm also listening to a lot of AI podcasts, and, AI is like the big thing now. So everyone is learning that's our future. So a lot of AI podcasts and a lot of healthcare podcasts.
Okay. So we have our Bobs and the Burbs playlist of great songs that our entrepreneurs kind of get hyped up to. So do you have a song you would want to add? Is there an anthem that you got going on right now?
If I had to say a song, I would say it's a song says God's got a blessing with your name on it.
Oh
That's
yeah.
probably
Yes.
yes, that's probably something I listen to. I'm not a huge music person.
Mhm.
Like I said, I listen to a lot of just radio talks and podcasts for the most part.
Yeah.
But that would probably be a song I would listen to more frequently.
Okay, it's got some hype to it. Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah,
add that one to the playlist for sure.
yeah.
Good. So, all right, we're going to close on out here. But before we get off, can you tell me where people can find Boro Office Solutions online? What are all the places and the taglines and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so you can follow us on Instagram, Boro Office Solutions on IG, Boro Office Solutions on Facebook. We also have a website, boroofficesolutions.com. And you can also come in person by scheduling an appointment to do a tour and meet one of our people on the team. We can help you in any industry that you can think of.
Okay. And then, so we could just schedule those appointments online on your website.
Yeah, you can go on our website or any of our social media platforms. Click the link in the bio. it'll take you to our scheduling platform, and you just put what time and date you'd like to come see us. We're located at 121 South Church Street, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 37130. Or if you want to call or text, you can hit me up, 615-903-5018. And just hit me up. I love to talk to people, love to give good advice, and just pretty much network.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that information. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you. And have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Brian.
Bye.
All right, my people, that brings us to the end of this episode of Bobs and the Burbs. To enjoy more interviews like this one, please subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your podcast player of choice. You can also follow ALJ Digital on LinkedIn or Instagram for updates. I will add Barron's social channels and links to the show notes, so please take a moment to check that out. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, remember, we out here too. Bye.